Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Local Farmer's Diary. I'm your local farmer, Johnny, and I am riding on top of Roger's harvester. Roger, there, he can't hear me. At any rate, are harvesting black beans. And thought I'd give you guys kind of a little bit of a ride on the harvester. See, we've already been at it for a little bit. Got almost a full load there in our Roger, you can't reach that. Go ahead and put the pipe away, buddy. At any rate, Roger agreed as we kind of talked about doing a 10% share on the harvest, helping us out getting it harvested. So he's going to harvest our black beans for us today. So we're going to just dump these in our silo. Once we have the full tally of what is in the silo, we're going to pull out about 10% and take it to market. Talked to Roger about how did he want us to do it. He wanted us to sell his 10% right away and basically send him the money. Or if he wanted us to basically hold on to it and just make good later on. That since times are a little tough for him, a little bit more expenses in his sprayer than he kind of initially expected, he would appreciate if we could maybe get him that funds sooner than later. So no big problem. Once the harvest is done, like I said, we're gonna figure out what his share would be, and once we know what his share is going to be, go ahead and get that to market and get the funds sent over to him. Things have been going well here on the farm. We've got a few sheep are expected to give birth here at some point. Good time really soon, but are quite excited about that. Had the breeder come in, did their little, did their thing. Our fields are so tight around here, and open to fill it up, turning around a lot easier. Roger never going alongside. Offloaded. We'll do it. So let's go ahead and make our way back to the farm. Dump this load off in the silo. Raz will be here at some point and asking me about harvest for the last how many days. Now it's harvest time, and where is he at? I don't know. Roger's header trailer. Let's head on back and see if we can't get Roger unloaded. I don't think he's going to make it here to the end. Gonna make it. Buddy, you're going to have to back out. It's unloaded. So while we were getting the harvester unloaded, Raz showed up with his drone and wanted to get some interesting shots of us riding the harvester with Roger. So nothing against Roger or anything, but you know those little up seats in the cab, it's a little close quarters for me, so we're just going to hang out on the outside here and do a couple passes up and down the field. I don't know how long we're going to hang out here. It's kind of noisy and awful dusty. Probably just hang out for one more pass. Get a nice shot of how the header works. The cutter bar down there, often referred to as sickle bar. It alternates back and forth. There's little teeth, like shark teeth, that go in between the tines there to cut the crop off. And the reel helps pull the crop in to the header, and then the auger holds it to the middle and then sends it into the harvester. There you can see through the window the black beans being deposited in the harvester there, and then of course get a nice shot of pipe unloading to the trailer. Get in the field, we'll hop off and get him unloaded. This is a good shot. Tells me of the business end. Storage, black beans. Done backing up. We don't want to get taken out by the harvester. Farming is dangerous, safe as possible. All right. Him unloaded before he's full. We can keep the harvester running. Big machinery costs a lot of money to operate, costs a lot of fuel. So the more we can keep it moving through the field, better for everyone. think we'll follow Roger back through the field here and then out. And we're going to go ahead and unload this. Be able to store the rest of that, rest of this field in his hopper, and then we will. We're going to ask him if maybe he'd let us open up the next field. Give you guys have a shot what it's like to operate a harvester. Be willing to let us do that, of course, for the viewers at home. Pretty good yield on our beans here. First time we've grown black beans, so we weren't really sure how things were going to yield out. So Roger kind of surprised me. We were getting unloaded here. He finished off that field. While we were unloading, I was talking to him about, thought he'd be willing to let us have a turn then at the harvester and kind of document for the show, of course. The whole harvesting process would include operating the harvester. And, well, he seemed pretty open to it. And, well, that secretly he was a bit camera shy. So, he said, if you don't mind, I'm going to run over here to Dunkin' Donuts and get some coffee and some bear claws and just chill out while you do whatever you need to do. So go ahead and feel free to harvest as much of that field as you want. I'm like, all right, that sounds great. As you know, when we planted this field, fields are right here up against the woods. Not a lot of room to get around. So I'm going to open the field up, make a couple passes around. That way we can turn a lot easier. Not the cameras, but the ears on this thing be a bit better. Backing up this harvester is a little bit of a guess where things are. Last thing you want to do is smack back into a tree and really damage the back of the harvester, or worse, hit the pipe on something and damage the pipe, damage the auger to the point where you can't get the crop off the harvester. There's our clover field. Come back quite nice. Maybe we'll be able to get a second cut clover this year. If we do, we'll probably take all of that down to the dealer. Got a local guy in town that deals in hay. Might take some down to the hay auction. See what that brings. Yields on this. These are looking pretty good. I don't know if we're going to be able to get back to the trailer. The trailer's way up there. Have to try to sneak in here. Gap. And unloaded. Wipe out. See if we can't sneak around here and get this harvester unloaded. Another pass around the field will be good to get it opened up, get it ready to go. Normal field access into this field. Bushes. Perfect. Thing runs so quiet. Idling, I didn't even know it was running. Throttle and off we go again. I thought we'd kind of square the field off a little bit. We knew we couldn't make a full lap. Kind of came down straight across the tree line here. And left that little chunk back here in the back. Clean that up here in a little bit. Trying to get this harvester offloaded. The trailer up here is getting kind of full. I want to go ahead and dump that load in. That'll make 3 full loads. It's kind of scratchy. I'll come around a long way. Turn around here. Don't know what we're going to put in there next year. I talked to the horse farmer across the street, see if he'd be interested in oats or not. Now Roger's into kind of more old school farming. He's got a pretty modern Massey Ferguson harvester here, but he told me he doesn't have that fancy GPS on his stuff. He didn't spend the extra money for that, so we're diligent in making sure that we don't skip any crop. Overview of our barn and grain bin. Used to stack all kinds of square bales in that bank barn. Now the only thing in there is Grandpa's Chevy. Raz was telling me that this would probably be a great opportunity for one of those video time lapse deals that he does. All right, so Roger is back in charge. Came back over, said, well, guess a man can only have so many bear claws. Wait, under it. Can't blame the man for not wanting to dump possible profit on the ground. Figured he'd come back once we had all the hard stuff done. Well, we're going to go ahead and, I guess, finish this field off. Figure out what his 10% is and get that hauled off for him. Sure, you all are now plenty interested in maybe what his take is going to be. So come back and report back to you. Let you all know what his take is, and maybe take you all on the ride down to sell off his take. Well, Roger's gone now, and we've got crop all measured out, everything. His take was about 10,300 liters or so. Got 10,400 or some in here. So, margin of error. Total, we had just over 100,000 liters of product off those two fields. Pretty good take. Just got out of the house, so we were checking to see who was taking black beans at the moment and what they were paying. Turns out Davis's feed mill is actually right up the street here, fairly close to us. Had the best price, so we're going to go ahead and haul this load up here. Money transferred over to Roger's account today. Show him how much we appreciate his help in getting those black beans up off the field. Should be the entrance right here. Figure out where the office is. Go in the office and get our check. All right, so $8,647. I think Roger's going to be too upset about that amount. That for a day's work. So guys, I want to thank you for coming out and watching another episode of Local Farmer's Diary. My name is Johnny. I am your host. I'm going to be doing a lot of harvesting over the next several days and weeks. We've got our carrots to bring in. We've got our onions to bring in. got, well, pretty much everything is ready to come in, except second cut of clover, and we might have that ready to come in. Heck, who knows? By the time we get done bringing everything else in, clover might be ready for second cut also. Park our trailer down here. Close up the barn. Tractor away for the day. And until next time, happy farming.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell.